And welcome back to Gauntlet SE2. Next up, we'll have Bales versus Bly. We're going to have a PVZ. First map, Orena. Gonna be a little bit interesting, but we've had a lot of delays today, so let's get directly into the game. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of our screen, we've got the Red Zerg, Acer's Bly.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner. From Flipside Tactics, it is the Blue Terran player, Bales, representing America. Orena is one of those wonky maps. I keep seeing different builds out of each player. However, I am seeing the distinct Roach Ravager come out of Zerg most of the times. Every once in a while, +1/+1 Ling. And then for Protoss, oh my Protoss. They're liking the Charged Lot Immortal on this map, is all I can say.
Absolutely are 100% the case. And we have the hatchery first for Bly. Gonna be looking around. Do have the Nexus first, an ideal situation. It was crazy, right? Orena, of all maps. Oh yeah, you know, hatch first, Nexus first. Yep.
Huge mind game, yeah. One big thing for Bly for everyone to just note down out there is on Orena, in most ZVPs, he always goes for that quick third hatch, which is definitely something he's going to do here, and possibly Bales could punish him for that. Yet on Orena, in a lot of places, you can just simply say, nope, you're not going to get across that bridge of Kazakh Doom. You got to take out the one to the right, those rocks. For now, though, very early scout by Bales, and we'll see if he can pick up that it's going to be a hatch.
All right, so both players getting in position. Nice. There's that third base. Gets a scout off on it, so he knows exactly what's going on over here. Bales. It's interesting. We were just casting Flipside Tactics Puck, Protoss American. Now we're another American Protoss player. This is Bales. Bly from the Ukraine. And coming over here, going to be continuing to scout off here. And pretty decent sized batch of lings here. 8 lings coming out. Potential for some aggression.
That is a very aggressive force. Generally, you're going to that 4 to 6 count to defend the Adept, so this 8 lings is definitely aggression from Bales. Cool thing on this map, kind of counterintuitive, is you have the Xel'Naga, so now you have to worry about spotting things coming over. Bales will be able to delay for quite some time with pylons, which is something we've seen Billy Pilly do many times on this map to defend early aggression. But
oh man, he didn't really get them started soon enough. I don't know, maybe he was canceling them a little bit too early. It's really tough to say. In general, the hit points go down pretty fast, but if he had started up that pylon a little bit sooner, he would have been in an okay position. But now he just burned through 75 minerals, and he's going to lose some mining here. Might lose a probe as well. Not a great... Oh my god! And it wasn't on hold position. Thankfully, the pylon is there. The Nexus pylon is there, but... Oh man, in a lot of other scenarios, that would have been a dead Protoss. Holy crap, that was scary. But luckily, you can overcharge pylons, so no worries. No worries. It's okay.
Not only that, but thank you for Bales, and pardon me, thank you for Bly for not making it more aggression. Bly just saying, you know, let's send 8 lings over, see what they can do. Bly now, or pardon me, Bales is moving out across the map, but there's already 2 queens waiting and praying to be able to kill some of this, and I don't know what Bales can do, but he's going to try to push through this. Got to be very careful. 10 more lings are on the way in a robotics facility. Looks like he may go for some drops up next.
All right, moving across now. Getting some nice plays over here. We've got the Adepts moving over the shades into the main. And it looks
a little bit worried. A huge wave of drones just finished, and there's no more lings on the way.
He's got the queen over here, and these lings are just interestingly not participating in the battle. Maybe waiting for a second.
Waiting to possibly see where the shade starts shading.
Yeah, there's no speed again, so by cutting speed out of the build, you really hurt your, I don't know, basically capability to deal with the Adepts. It becomes more frustrating, but you get that extra gas, get a little bit more Roach Ravager a little faster.
Bales, off the back of that, is making the Warp Prism. He's got sentries ready, and this is something actually maybe used a little bit more right. Puck, one of Bales' teammates, but of course you can't force field off the main from the natural if Bales goes for a big drop there, or of course the natural from the third layer on the way for Bly. And Bly for now is just very not aggressive. He's trying to tank, he's trying to get an economy up to actually utilize that quick 3 hatch, but Bales isn't really letting him do that.
Yeah, we're just going to go up to 3 gates here. A little bit of light aggression coming out of Bales. Could turn into something bigger if the snowball gets into place, but Bly doing really well with the Overlord spread here. Look at this. It's just perfect. You can see everything that's coming. Decent bit away.
He spots the Warp Prism moving across the map. We'll see how many units he pumps after that. Queen from the natural, and Queen from, actually 2 queens from the natural, moving up into the main to defend this. 4 adepts are being thrown out of that. I don't even know what to call that, being like parachuted out of. There's no resonating glaives. These are normal adepts. Slow links aren't going to be the fastest, but a big pulse around is going to be able to weigh them down.
Yeah, that was a pretty big investment. He is managing to target down some drones now. 7 drones for 4 adepts. Worker count still an advantage of our Zerg player here, so Bly looking in a pretty nice spot. Just blasted out a whole another huge round of drones. 4 more on the way. He's going to moving up past that 60 marker quite quickly here. And Bales just not really able to get too much done here.
Bales has not been able to get a lot done, but as I was mentioning, at least he did force out a couple lings here and there, which is not a position Bly wanted to have to do. Thankfully now for Bly on the defense against these Warp Prisms, he does have metabolic boost, so he will be able to get there a little bit quicker. Back at home for Bales, he's just really making a gigantic wall. He's getting himself into a very defensive posture, which is not the best idea when your opponent is going to be going Muta.
Yep, going Muta here. This little ragtag force would get destroyed by Mutas so easily, so quickly. We've already saved 900 gas, so it's going to be a pretty nice batch of Mutas there. Going to start cleaning up. Creek gets a queen with those nice force fields. Definitely very well done here, but starting to work down the rocks. In about 10 years, these rocks will die, and he'll have another attack path.
About 10 years, that is correct. Ling's working on that on the right-hand side, and at least Bales pulls... pardon me. At least for now, Bales does pull back. Pressure on the right-hand side of Bly will give him a nice opportunity to run into the third base of Bales, but third base of Bales already has a wall up ready with gates. I like what Bales is doing, but he's got to have some plan. He's got to be like, okay, I'm going to hold up till I wait for Storm, or I'm going to go Carrier, something crazy like that, but he's turtling up, and Protoss in this position, I don't think it's wise.
Well, it's kind of a tough thing to do. A little bit easier to do in Heart of the Swarm, more difficult in Legacy of the Void, because right around that 7 or 8 minute mark, which we're getting to, we're seeing these patches just about mining out. So
Ling's actually getting to the third base, and there's nothing there to defend. Focusing around the Adept. The Adept goes down, and now Roaches everything, trying to kill as much as they can, because Bale's army is on the other side of the map, moving into the third natural. There's just so many mutas. Is there enough Stalkers currently out on the map? There are 10 Stalkers. Guardian Shield just went down, negating 2 damage, a piece that could be the linchpin in this defense, but I think there's too many Stalkers from Bales. However, Lings are going for the flank.
Yep, Ling's coming up here from behind. Couple Roaches as well, gonna help. But this is such a nice position. Look at, he's just hanging out on the bridge, trying to avoid the surface area where he can. Nice focus down in the Warp Prism here. Excellently done. Gonna prevent a lot of those reinforcements from getting through. And he just might have enough here to start really fighting these Stalkers heads on. But more Stalkers are warping in. He's losing a lot of mutas here.
Stalkers push back the mutas, at least for now. Morling's coming in, and I'm not sure how Bly's going to defend. He was trying to drone his 4th and 5th base for also does not have the quite defense he wants. Finally getting over to some Roaches, and is going to be able to push this back, but this has been such a cost-efficient trade for Bales.
Yep. Keep in mind, though, despite that, Bly is on 5 bases, so really the gas economy is insane. About 3 times that of his opponent at the moment. So very strong position to be in. And despite the fact that he has been losing a lot of mutas, his gas income is
actually
pretty
a couple of
nuts.
Getting in Bale's 3rd in natural and main. Just being annoying. I'm not sure how they got in there. They're waiting the right-hand side. A couple in the 3rd too. Sorry about that. They just ran
Absolutely. They're just getting in there. This is an action-packed game.
Had a fun day. They're like, hey, an open door because the right-hand side rocks have been taken out and creep is being spread.
Yeah, absolutely. And we still have 5 base versus 3 base scenario. The full mine out of the main is happening. So at this point in time, 2.5 base economy for Bales compared to the full 66 drone 3 base economy of Bly.
Big muta pull into the main base, and that is going to be pushed back by 3 photon overcharges. Thankfully, at least for Bly right here, he is going to be able to kill that pylon. Get a couple kills here or there, but now the Mothership Core. Was the Mothership Core taken out? I'm not sure where the Mothership Core is, but...
the Mothership Core is no longer on the map. Was taken out. Big run-in over here. and lots of damage being dealt in all directions. These mutas are going to be pretty much uncontested now that they take out the last stalkers. The main force of Bales is across the map. Going to start moving through, gets a bunch of worker kills, but that's not what he needs right now. There's a really big Zerg army out there, and he's got to figure out a way to deal with it.
He's going to make the big decision. I'm going to go for a base trade, but even if Bly kills the third in the natural of Bales and pulls back, he should be able to fend. Desperately, Bales is focusing down that hatch, takes out maybe the natural base, trying to do something right there. He possibly could get the Spire. The Roach Warren are both in precarious positions, but Bly is just all over the place. Natural is not mining by Bales. 54 workers are killed. We are at 9 probes to 37 drones, and even though Bly is somewhat in shambles, Bales is in more shambles.
Yep, the shamble percentage is in the favor of Bales right now, higher percentage of shambles, as you can clearly see here. But the main deal here is look at those army supplies. It is twice as many units in total supply for our reserve player, and on top of that, there's only 1 probe left on the map. This is a desperate situation for our pros player.
The one probe in the main is like, I got this, guys. I'll bring us back. I need to mine. This is what I do.
All right, gonna mine some minerals.
My entire
Doing
life.
it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what he's got to do. We can see another probe, but it's looking a little grim for Bales. And his main army's taking out GG. Bly.
Well played from Bly here.
From the jaws of defeat, maybe not from the jaws of defeat, from the jaws of base trade, he takes the victory.
That he definitely took the from the jaws there.
Of
the maw from the
That's
maw.
a great word. From the maw.
From the tendrils of the overmind. But yeah, so that's 1-0 for Bly. Bly has been just strong in general in Legacy of the Void, been performing very well. So we obviously, he's one of those. Whoa, ready, process, cancel. Let's get some more players up in here. Yeah, but in any case,
let's get those players up in here.
I've reached. I don't know if you're here. I like to be transparent as often as possible. After the amount of rambling and time killing we've had to do, I've reached my what am I even saying, what's happening right now point of casting, where words are coming out, but I don't really fully appreciate their meaning or direct them in any sort of conscious way.
That's not how it works, though. As a commentator, you got to be on all the time. You got to be on all the time, Captain.
I'm on. I'm just not in the driver's seat, you know? Just like some sort of crazy thing happens where you know, it's just sort of at this point in time, you know, on those long drives, you're just like, oh, I'm driving down 40, and it's flat, and it's straight, and I'm driving down it, and nothing's happening for 6 hours. And that's kind of, you know, I've reached that point in time.
And then when you arrive there, you're like, I don't even remember driving.
I know, right? I know.
Like, what?
At the end of this cast, I'm going to be like, what happened? I'm going to like crawl out of the studio. It's going to be like 10 hours later, and I thought I'd be like, what? What's going on? It's the morning already. It's like, Neuro's going to be here in 5 minutes.
Like poking you.
I've been just casting this whole time.
Hey, well, yeah, man. This has been so intense. This is a best of 3. Of course, Bly's up 1-0. I mean, Bly's been so strong.
Yeah.
Attack. We've casted him in so many tournaments. And he's been
have.
Out first. By the way, guys, this is a $650 first place tournament.
Bam.
So it's a lot of money on the line.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Protoss. He's down 0-1, needs 2 in a row to move on to the next round. It's Flipside Tactics, Bales.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, in the red trunks, from Team Acer, and representing the Ukraine, it is Bly. There was a phenomenal point earlier, even though it was very subtle, of you saying Ukraine, or you saying the Ukraine, then Ukraine. I've been thinking about the entire time. Like, whoa. You'd say, I'm from Russia. You wouldn't say, I'm from the Ukraine. Like, I'm from Ukraine. It's weird.
Absolutely.
Because he's the Ukraine, from the Ukraine. He's from Ukraine. But it's
correct.
It's kind of a funny thing you were saying, and I was like, whoa.
I actually corrected myself in the middle as I heard it coming out, and I repeated after. I was like, oh, whoops. Happens from time to time, as human beings do. But do you have a hatch pool opener here? A little bit delayed on the gas, so I'm not going to have that speed for a bit, but should be generally okay. And we sort of have this, again, relatively economic openers. I think we've had pretty much all day, pretty economic openers. That was Nexus first. We have a couple of hatches here before gas, so
It is a kind of a hatch gas pool-esque, obviously a quick third. This is essentially Bly. I don't know if it's ZVP, I don't know if it's all the matchups, but in ZVP, he likes this. He likes going quick 3 hatch.
Yep.
You can get up a Roach Ravager, and really from that point is what comes out of the Protoss. If you can defend Roach Ravager, or pardon me, you can defend All-ins with Roach Ravagers. If you're in the later stages of the game, you already have a good economy, so you don't need to worry about it. It's just all around good move by Bly, and I love that Bales makes these early scouts because he can say himself, oh, maybe I go Nexus first. Maybe I'm like Puck and I go for like, I'm going to make a 6-minute, 7-minute Nexus, third base.
Yeah, and interesting thing, we haven't seen Bly for a little while, and today in general, we've been seeing a lot more mutas out of the Zerg players than I think I've been used to, at least, in the past tournaments that we've cast together. So I feel like maybe we're moving more towards a muta-based meta, or at least in this tournament.
Oh, the Lings, no wall. Lings in the main. Pylon is being focused down. Can the Adepts get out quick enough? Looking a little grim. One Adept out, 2 Adepts do one-shot Lings. Pylon goes down, and
oh, wow. Warp Gate research slows down as well.
Natural, but these Lings can kill whatever they want. And just FYI, we were talking about mutas. I've been doing that more and more in my ZV whatever, just mixing in mutas, man.
Yep.
These are good.
Mutas are beautiful. These Lings are like, yeah, we're getting out of here. That was kind of scary. We killed the Pylon, so we did our job. We're going to wait and scout the third, okay? Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
3 Stooges, too, man. You got the one in the middle just poking the like, oh, guys, we had that.
Stop wagging your tail in my face.
Base.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Could have taken up the entire base. Now, we have the issue for Bales. 2 Adepts don't pick up that many kills. However, they can kill a lot of things if you're droning back at home, and I've taken a quick third hatch. Living a Bly, honestly, they don't really scout anything. They're in. Oh, maybe.
Oh, sick.
Nope.
Double Stargate. And some Adepts are coming in behind this as well. Gonna go ahead and take that teleport across and start focusing down some workers here. Getting those one-shot kills off. Very nicely done there. And we are already up to 4. Looks like you should be able to get at least one more here. Ooh, there's that target fire.
Incredibly nice for Bales. There's the 5. There's the 6. That's generally, you do not get that. It's generally between 3 and 4, as I mentioned before. To Jack Attack, Bly pulling back some of these Overlords. Not a good move. Maybe it is a good move in theory. He doesn't want them to die to Phoenixes, but Bales with a double Stargate. I'm saying Phoenix. Let's see.
Oh, double Stargate Phoenix. Playing into the mutas of last game, perhaps, or the muta trend in general that Bales may have been seeing from Bly. So, but he will be sorely mistaken as a Roach Warren is put down. But, keeping in mind, Ravager's not really that good at hitting Phoenix, just to be fair.
Not that good, and generally with Roach Warren, we're seeing that even if in ZVZ you go Muta, you sometimes get that Roach Warren just to stay safe. Only 50 minerals, not a gas commitment. Why not? And to be quite frank, I'm always like, Phoenixes are actually really, really good units. They may not be able to hit the ground, but they can just nullify specific. Hey, you got a. I technically got an Ultra, more so in PvP, but they're just really good. You know, like, hey, you got an Immortal? Now you don't.
Yep, taking them, and even just when you can lift them up, you're taking them out of the fight. You're reducing their DPS in the battle for that extent, even if you don't kill them. So, you know, Phoenix is very powerful. Also, we're seeing the Phoenixes used here as they are revealed. Did save up 4 of them. So now he knows the mass Phoenix is on. Spire coming down in any case. Like that about Zerg. You always have those options. Just throw it down that one tech structure. As long as you can protect it, you have the options. Spore Crawlers and Hydralisk Den in response here.
Obviously, there's still about 70 seconds until he can make mutas, but with the Hydralisk Den splitting himself up just a little bit, seeing what he can do, and Fork Wings will be able to push back for Phoenix's Bales, scouting around, seeing what he can see.
Oh my god, is he going to get this wall?
Wings looking for an angle, there's, whoa, Force Field clutch. Oh my word, clutch Force Field. By the way, I'm just curious, these Phoenixes, what have they actually scouted? It doesn't look like they've scouted any tech at all, literally no tech at all, so these Phoenixes are really just starting, what is going on, what's happening?
Yep, absolutely. And the Observer is available for moving about, but not going to happen just yet. Just heavy tech from our... you see all these things of production structure coming through. Very heavy tech from our Zerg player here. And Bales starting to set things up. We are up to 5 Warp Gates, and the 2 Stargates have gone dormant at this point in time. Disruptor tech has been gotten in the meantime, so looks like going to transition out of that Stargate play for the time being at least.
Lings of Bly pulling back, however, he does have some links and other things spread across the map, trying to figure out when Bales moves out. I like this much better than game one, purely because Bales, it was, what was it, Stalker, some Warp Prism, whatever it was, there was not that much of the higher tech, and now Bales is completely switching around the game.
Oh, is he going to prevent the expansion?
Oh,
nicely done.
Time denies the fourth base, and we have Hydras, and we have a possibility for Mutas. I guess the idea is I kill your Phoenixes with my Hydras, and then I remax Mutas?
Well, I mean, I think you just have those options open. You have the Corruptor option available to you. Mutas and Lurkers, if you can get them out at the same time, are actually quite a powerful combination against the Protoss forces in general, despite the fact that it is very gas heavy. Getting to it can be very powerful. And
well, man, 1,200 gas in the bank, though. That is a potent opportunity to just about anything from Bly.
Absolutely. Biding's time for now. He's got only 9 larvae banked up. Oh, no. Moving up to 12 there. So he's got a little bit of larva banked up. Nothing too crazy. Gonna go for the Hydros option. Yeah, and he's gonna get melee upgrades, cracklings, and ultras as well.
Barely not. I like it. Well, it's one of those things where you have true resources. Any composition of heavy one, heavy the other kind of can work. Hydra Ling, Hydra plus 1 Ling, or Hydra Muta, pardon me, Ling Muta, also is quite viable. Lots of different random things. Phoenix is picking up a decent amount of Overlords. If we look at the units lost, so far Bly's lost 2,000-ish, the 600-ish of Bales, AKA's lost pretty much 75% more.
Yeah, this is interesting. At this point in time, Bly has almost every tech structure that unlocks a unit except the Baneling Nest.
He's good.
Like, the only unit that he can't make is a Baneling. And then, of course, Broodlords. But he could do that at this point in time. Viper's on the way.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Ultra's Cavern just finished up. He's just all over the place, which is cool and wild to see. And a lot of passivity here from Bales, trying to defend, keep this 4th base up. And once that's up, should be in a pretty good position, going to Archons relatively quickly here.
Archons will be strong, but I may just opt for a little bit more robotics facility heavy in this situation, especially versus Ultras, which are coming out. And I feel this weird covering all my bases thing. I see it more and more in the ZV whatever. It's just I need to cover all my bases to get to Ultras, or to get to Viper Ultra, is essentially what I've been seeing more and more.
Yeah, Ultra, that chitinous plating, everybody loves it, everybody hates it. It just depends which side of it you're on, and I love this. That pylons have become this defensive structure. Like, oh, so I set up my pylons here to defend in an arc. And
actually, Phoenix is going straight through the main base of Bly and get a huge scout off. See everything.
Yeah, nicely done. Actually, a lot of the tech structures are over here for our Zerg player. Going to be running around here, chasing.
Vipers feel it. Oh, nice. Parasitic bombs on 2 of them. Splits are good for Bales, and we'll see if he really cares about these. Remember, as you mentioned, Jack Attack, these were made really, really early on. It was just like, hey, let's build
yeah,
go for it.
He went double Stargate, 5 Phoenixes, and then he made the call. He said, nope, this is not something I want to do long term. I need to switch it around, and did so immediately. So technically, you know, it's a little bit inefficient. It's an inefficient use of the Stargates, but decision-making wise, strategy-wise, it's working out really well for him right now.
It's working out quite well. Storm is on the way, and plus 2 attack with armor. He's getting all his good stuff together. Oh, actually,
nice denial of this expansion here.
Pardon me, not 4th base, 5th base position is going to be denied. More Ultras are on the way, and man, Bly is just getting up into the dream composition. Broodlord Ultra Lurker. Broodlord, like, let's just say that a few times. Broodlord Ultra Lurker.
Ultra Lurker. Fantastic. With some Hydras and Overseers as well.
This is looking a little bit grim for Bales, man. I'm like, honestly, I'd get a
blob time. It might be time.
Out of the Stargate.
Blob versus blob.
I'd get something. I don't know.
It's potentially incoming here. These armies have been building up the whole game. It's generally been pretty passive. But now it's time. Time for someone to attack someone else. And it's going to be Bales. Moving out on the map now. Going on to the creep. He's got Storm, he's got Archons, he's got Immortals as well. Couple of Disruptors. Getting into a nice position. Clearing up some creep.
Lurkers get into a very nice position at the 3rd base, completely negating any mining. Only. So, essentially, we're going to see Bales at 3 bases to the 4 or 5. Oh, Bales has got to be so careful. He's got these High Templars in the front and everything. Lurker's doing a couple damages in. 8 Ultras are currently out for Bly, and with the Broodlords, as I mentioned, this is like this is the dream composition for Zerg. I don't know what more you could ask for. Maybe a whole bunch of Vipers on top of it.
He's actually is this an Ultralisk Harass? 2 Ultras going over to the side.
That's how
that's what this is. It's the classic Ultra Harass. Well, you knew around 12 minutes I'd start my Ultra Harass.
This is gonna happen. Nice Storm, actually not. I take it back. Not Nice Storm, beautiful Storm, but also great Blinding Clouds right on top of Bales. Bales has to pull back. However, he's got so many Immortals in the current force. A total of 9 Immortals. Snipes a Lurker maybe. Ultras are waned down, but there's still a lot of force here, and 18 more Lings on the way. Bly can max out as much as he wants in the right hand side though. Ultra is Ultra gonna kill the Nexus? Ultra's gonna kill.
Yep, Ultra just straight up sniped the Nexus.
And you just gotta remember, the Lurker of Bly the entire time has been negating any mining from Bale's 4th base. He's getting himself into a stranglehold that Bly is gonna use.
All right, so late game tech of choice. We've got +1 air attacks and the Tempest as well to try and deal with this composition. Very, very difficult to deal with. Look at all these Lurkers warping in. Oh my god. I'm not warping in, morphing in. They're very Zergy. And we are up to, let's see, 14 Lurkers. Pretty crazy stuff. And this one Lurker is almost about to take out this Nexus. This is such a rough position for Bales. He has not been able to mine consistently from his basically 4th base for a while now, and he's pretty much mained out in his first couple of bases.
DT Shrine is on the way for Bales, trying to figure out some way to get back into this game, but Bly's got such a huge bank, 5,000 minerals, 3,000 gas, sending another counterattack, and as I said, it's a stranglehold right here. By the way, the Bales are still alive if you wanted to do something with them, but it doesn't look like it too far. Plus 3/3 is on the way, and
oh my god,
it's going to be GG. Bly 2-0 Tempests are here, and Bly is now moving in to the 4th base position, focusing down lots of Ultras. Cannons are going to delay for a second. I love that. The guerrilla warfare Ultras. Let's take them out.
I use my Ultras for harass, says Bly. A visionary, so creative, as he moves into this Ultra harass part of the game. But seriously, look at the income. It's just so difficult for any sort of significant gas income, mineral income for Bales to keep up. And sure, he's maxed for now, but he's really got to make that work for him. He's really got to be able to secure these 2 bases with this maxed out army. It's a scary moment for him here. Looks like he's just got his Phoenix kind of hanging out. Not really too much that can get done. We do have an undefended base over here. Not that he would know that, but also, ooh, big mutas moving across the map here, getting into position, and could come in and harass and deal damage to a lot of this tech.
Oh my word, a big blink from Bales up into this high ground actually puts him in a terrible position. Combined with Blinding Cloud, loses about half of his Stalker force and is now reduced to a whole bunch of Immortals. I know a couple Disruptors getting confused about which side they are actually on in the end of it. And Tempests are doing damage, but and he's got such a strong chokehold in the bank. If he said, I want to make 200 Banelings, he could just go and make 200 Banelings and be fun, and still have a nice army.
Yep. Yeah, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. He's got every tech. He's getting all of the upgrades. He's just running around and saying, all right, I'm going to kill some of your workers over here. I'm going to mess up your economy over here. Look at this. The economy plummets for Puck. So many workers being killed. 20. We're at 52 workers to 74 right now. He's going to take a straight-up engagement, lose these mutas for the most part, and it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. He can trade all day long because, look, it's another canceled base for Bales. Bales just trying desperately to hold on to any sort of mining bases, but it's just so difficult with Bly. Look at him, he's just hanging back here like, oh, that's where I keep my army. You know, I'm just going to kind of hang out over here, and then when I want to, I'll just go kill you.
The issue with this is, as Protoss, you're like, okay, maybe I'm trying to get up to this point where I have X technology, but that's not for Bales. He's been on here so long, he's trying to secure another base. The only thing he can hope for is a magnificent engagement, but, I mean, Ling's getting into his 5th base. That's not a way to start.
Oh, my God.
Down the Nexus, and there it is! Taken out, like with Bales. Maybe he gets a Jack Attack. Maybe he gets a magnificent engagement, slaughters the entire army of Bly, and Bly can make 3 more armies.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you can have what's called the 300 push from Zerg at this point in time if he wanted to do it. Bly being really, really patient here, just taking tons of bases and making sure his opponent doesn't have as many. And just so much mining out's going on. 460 minerals, so half economy here for Bales. Really tough to deal with.
Lurkers in good positions, not allowing Bales to move forward at all. High Templars on the right-hand side of your guys' screen, kind of moving up in there, but the Lurkers just allow them.
Here. He's got the Tempest as well.
One Infestor's like, I got this. No, I like the fungal growth onto pull. Beautiful. Mitas are able to pick up a couple of these Tempests. What are army supply looking like? 143 of Bales to the 113 of Bly, but Bly, he's got some Lurkers. He's got the Harass Lurkers surgically moving in, focusing down that pylon, pardon me, the Nexus. Now Mutas are all moving to the main, and that's all the tech. I have a feeling this is going to be a Jack Attack. Bales is going to be split apart. Does he defend the main? Or does he defend his expansion?
17 more workers killed. This is absolutely brutal for Bales right now. Bly just tearing him apart and just being so patient. He's torturing him here. He's just, okay, well, you know, you will not have any economy. It's like, oh, well, I'll do this. And then Bly says, no. Also, you will not do that either because Mutas. And it's just getting a little bit out of hand here. The upgrades are like every upgrade, another Lurker over here.
Income-wise, even, I'm just going to say, it's 100 minerals a minute to like 1,200.
Yeah.
It's 100 minerals a minute, right now. Literally.
Huge.
Mineral-wise.
This is basically, but he's got to keep in mind, he's maxed out, right? He's got to find a way to get this maxed out army to kill Bly. But it's just so difficult.
I feel like, I guess that with Bly I guess it's more of an issue of the map. Dusk Towers, there's only one way to get through it in the middle, to go from the east to the west side. You have the area in the very middle, and that's what the Lurkers have. Maybe you Warp Prism around. I don't know, man. You just got to get around them. He can't directly engage that many Lurkers. How many Lurkers, you may ask? It is a total of 8 Lurkers. Nice fling forward, but there's just too many Mutas, and the Sim City of Bales actually negates a decent amount of these Stalkers from attacking. Dude, Phoenixes are going to bring up the rear. They're going to have a very sad day on their hands. Nice revelation, though. Is there an Oracle? Where is the Oracle?
It's zipping around somewhere. This is like a mech half-map versus half-map situation. Bly's just like, yeah, I'm going to take half the map, and you won't, and I'll win.
A couple of Ultras get into a wonky position and are taken out. I love the Vipers. Vipers like, I can...
These Tempests, though.
Oh, man.
They represent a little tiny beacon of hope. Slightly more bright than the Fleet Beacon of Hope, which was unfortunately distinguished very recently. Extinguished, good God, we're late in the cast. And more Mutas coming out for Bly. He's got Facebook money. He's got 10K, 6K.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got Facebook money. Oh, actually, a nice Storm does take a decent amount of damage onto those Corruptors. Corruptors pull back, and finally Bales is saying, I can
start to break through here.
Base. The Mutas, the issue with Bales is he either cleans up Lurkers or dies to Mutas, and oh man, the Lurkers must be having a field day attacking the Immortals, but my oh my, so many Immortals. 11 Immortals are going to gun down just about anything. It's going to come into a strange base rate situation, but Bly still is mining. Actually, it's about even now-ish. No, double for Bly. As I said that, I was like, no.
Bly has a giant economy. Oh man.
Wow.
And he can come over here, right? He can do all this damage, and just the significant part of it all is that he's got nothing to back it up. He needs his economy to be going. He's got a couple of DTs here. Maybe he can make something happen with them. But these Mutas are just running free in his base.
We do have a shield level 1 on the way. Bales is taking no chances at all. Mutas, I feel shield level 1 finished. Mutas big storm in the third base. Oh my word, you didn't see that, but it was huge. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, it's a lot of different stuff going on over here. These Tempests are continuing to move around. If you were to get a big enough storm and take these out, you could be in a reasonable position. I'm trying to find a way to say this. These Tempests, though, are doing work.
I still feel like the issue is Bly could lose everything and remax on Mass Hydra. Just kill everything.
Yep. 16 Corruptors on the way. Will we have the fabled Sky Zerg composition incoming here? Lots of Vipers.
Those are called flies. A fly composition?
A fly. Like an insect composition.
Insect composition, yeah.
Gnat. I like to go pure gnat in ZDP, actually.
Oh man, what if Protoss had a Viper? Oh, just look at the composition of Bale or Bly. That's the point in the cast. What if this race had this other unit? What if the Hercs actually went over to Protoss? Screw you, DTs and Hercs at the same time. 2 observers on the way for Bales. He did lose his observers, so he couldn't keep pressuring into those lurkers. But man, Bly, he's got a choke point, and he can hold the choke point forever. There's so many area of effect kind of shutdown units. What are they called? You got the name.
Positional units.
Yeah, positional units. Yeah, exactly. We've been casting for 6-7 hours. It's not too long, but
I think you're looking for space control units.
Space control. Thank you. Mutas are gonna hit the 4th once again or the 5th. Doesn't even matter. But another nice storm. However, will it be enough cannons? They feel good. Oh my word! I hit my desk. I just smashed into my desk with that one. Nice storms, but. I don't know if it's going to be enough. And this is going to first force Bales into his 5th base, which may allow Bly to reposition.
The hero DT! He's going to make it happen!
Clark. It's Clark. That's Clark.
Clark.
Good. Clark.
Come on, Clark.
DT in the main.
Come on. Come on, Clark. You can do it.
Like, if only I could pee on you. Mutas are the only anti-ground in the force.
He's morphing on the Broodlords right in front of him like, get out of my game. I don't care if you kill.
Broodlords just to do it. Can the DT do it?
Oh,
Clark.
poor Clark. We believed in you, Clark. Good try. You know, A for effort.
Yeah, man. Finally, I'd love to just see how many mutas were made in this game. Okay, just to count number.
Yep.
The Archon, man. This is Phil. Phil the Archon may get it, and Chuck with the High Templar also doing some damage. Phil and Chuck are not a good combo. However, the entire army of Feral is here, and that is the first name that came to my head.
Oh man.
Army of Feral. But this is the problem. Look at the tab. Look at the production.
He's like, I got max. I got my stuff killed. What should I build next? I was like, I guess I'll build Ultra. It's almost like he's toying with him at this point in time. I hate to like bring it that far, but it's almost like he's just messing with them. He's like, how many spore crawlers can I build?
Wait, this is a best of 3 or a best of 5? Because the best of 3.
This is a best of 3.
Then Bly, because it's 1-0, Bly won game 1. So Bales will not give up. I love that the spores are like, yeah, we're here, but you know we don't need to do anything about you. Like a snarky old lady. That's what those spores are. And now it is Bly moving in with. It's actually completely even on army supply. This is the love engagement battle. There's still a lurker to
Oh my god, look at it. Look at this Skyzerg. Look at it. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Hit that Z button. Let's get a nice zoom out. Oh, the feedbacks and storms. There's so much micro from Bales, but how do you even micro that? Like, think about that for a second. You can't even see your own units underneath the corruptors.
Oh man.
He's storming himself. Bales is storming himself.
Total madness everywhere. And even some of the units trying to be warped in. The tenacity of Bales, you gotta hand it to him. He's doing his best. He's hoping for a really good engagement here. He's starting to target down the Broodlords, but the problem is there's about 8 million Broodlords on the ground. GG! Did something die in your apartment?
That was... Yes, I did die in my apartment. It's not an apartment. I live in a home. Thanks to you. 2-0. Bly moves on. And did Pulp get through? I'm seeing mixed emotions in chat about what happened to Pulp, and I don't know.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the brackets and see how they're updated. Oh, looks like Mana has 2-0'd Pult.
No, Pult.
Kinuccio, 2-0'd Violets. Oh, both my housemates, same time, knocked out.
I wanted to have a live interview with them, so they could like come in, sit down next to you, and Pro Burrito would greet them, get them some traditional ethnic food, and then they'd move on into the interview.
Just to be fair, that's Proberto.
Oh,
Pro Burrito
Proberto
is
Lo siento.
Very different. Very, very different. All right, so I think we have. Do we have Need for Beyond, or do they?
I'm confused what games we're even casting at this point. Like, are we even casting StarCraft now?
No, I think this is actually Hearthstone.
We've actually moved over into HOTS. Here's the Storm. We should have one game where we set it to 1 and just be like, hey, see who figures it out. Oh wow, we had 1,000 viewers. Oh, never mind.
Hello.
Decided we're not used to having 1,000 of viewers, except for A Stream is like, yeah, we got.
A Stream's like, where A Stream? Excuse me, please.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We're going to have more games to follow. I am Dreadnought, but more importantly, our observer, our man, our Jack, our YouTuber, our content creator, and the sexy one is Jack Attack TV at Jack Attack TV on Twitter and Jack Attack TV on YouTube. He's made a phenomenal, cool new video about stealing control groups. Literally, the entire video is a little raccoon running in and grabbing
your control groups and then running away with them. It's a big, it's a hot topic in the election cycle of all of StarCraft 2, politics right now. How do we deal with these raccoons stealing all of our control groups? It's a really important political issue, so please watch that video so that I can collect ad revenue in order to buy more votes, because that, I believe, is the true American.
Actually, he's the one populating the raccoon population.
Shh. Yeah, it's all conspiracy. I wear a tinfoil hat. So should you.
I actually like the flesh foil hat.
Wow. Flesh foil. Now that is pretty gross.
I know, I thought about it.
Oh, man. That is really, really gross.
Hey, can I say something that's kind of mind-boggling?
Okay.
We only in the quarterfinal. No, we got to be in the semifinals. The bracket's just not updating because it says we're in the quarterfinals, and I'm like, no. And you link me to the bracket because I just can't find it anywhere.
I literally don't know where it is because I'm only using our bracket graphic.
Well, tell us where we are.
Updated.
Tell me audibly where we are at the moment.
All right, so semifinals, we have Nurchio and Mana already in there. And also Bly, we just saw beat Bale. So it's Bly versus Nurchio on one side. It's Mana versus the winner of Bjorn versus Neeb.
Ooh, I think we cast Bjorn versus Neeb, and then we're done because we don't cast the finals.
Right.
Cast until the round of 8.
So the question is A stream...
No, the question is A stream Gosu enough to cast to the finals? If they let us cast to the finals, Jack... I think we're gonna cast to the finals. If they let us be A stream, we'll cast to the finals.
If they let us. If only. It looks like they're looking at the brackets too. Awesome. All right.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It really means a lot. If you could please follow the stream, Jack Attack and I think are probably going to be casting this a lot.
Yeah, we'd really like to,
yeah,
for
really
sure.
Like to. So we're normally going to be on the B stream. So think of this as Jack Attack in Dreadnought's Twitch stream. Just follow us right there. It's a joint Twitch stream called Gauntlet SC2B.
Yeah, we started off. We feel like the name may be a little bit misleading, but we don't care because we have no ethical boundaries at all.
Well, I have some ethical boundaries about flesh foil, but other than that,
other than that, we're good. So yeah, we're just sort of gonna be waiting in here on who is gonna cast that Neeb versus Bjorn match, and that is what it's going to be all about. Serious thank you to everyone for tuning in and hanging out and being really patient with me as I learn the art of observing and producing. It is harder than it looks and than it sounds. So definitely thank you so much for your patience and joy and all of that kind of stuff. So in any case, I think that at this point in time, we're just going to go to a quick break and find out what's happening. We'll be back with an update for all of you. See you again real soon.